Hi everyone! So, after Monday's review, we have a much happier and lighter one today. One of Miyazaki's most famous films, and just saying Miyazaki makes me happy, by the way. My Neighbor Totoro. Yes. So this is one of Hayao Miyazaki's most iconic films, as I said before, as well as being one of the most family-friendly Studio Ghibli movies. Even the littlest ones can get some enjoyment out of this one, unlike some of the more mature entries from the studio. So, Totoro is the icon for Ghibli. He's their mascot. When you see the logo, a Studio Ghibli film, it's him that you see the picture of before the movie starts. So, it's obvious this movie did something right. Now, let's talk about if this movie has any impact besides that on the Ghibli logo, or is there no more to say for the movie? And oh, I can't even finish that statement. This movie is great. It's one of the cutest movies you'll ever see, and so simple, but has such a charm to it. Starting with the story. This is not an exciting movie, but it's not trying to be. It's simple. Two little girls, Mei and Satsuki, move into their new home only to find that it's haunted by spirits. There's soot sprites, or gremlins as they're called in one of the dubs. And, of course, Totoro, a great cat-like creature that's big and just so huggable. And oh my god, she's just so adorable. And I'm sure this review is just going to be me saying how cute and charming this is, because that's the beauty of it. It's not trying for anything big or epic, and the conflict is mainly about their sick mother, and until the end, it doesn't really come up to be a major source of conflict or danger for the protagonists, or the thought of losing her, which is good because, one, it wouldn't be the same kind of movie if that was an ever present threat, and also it would just take away from a lot of the whimsy of this movie. And this film is so slow in a good way. It's not stretched out or dragged on. It's only 88 minutes long, but it takes its time very effectively. Scenes don't drag, but they don't feel like they need to be over right away. Some of the great scenes just are a few minutes of just calm interactions between the characters, such as the famous scene of the girls and Totoro out in the rain and then the Kappas coming up. It's so horrible. And I said it again. So, and other times it's just them interacting with their father or granny, or visiting their mother, or just being kids playing and looking around their house and screaming and laughing, and that's enough. That really is enough. It's about two little girls having a lot of fun and just being innocent and cute, and that's why I love this movie. And it leads to a lot of cute little situations that might be part of a child's imaginative play, like the cat bus or flying with Totoro with the umbrella. And then there's just moments where it's quiet and calm, such as finding shelter in the rain and talking to a statue that's, I'm guessing, meant to symbolize the deity. I never quite understood that one part, but it doesn't matter there, really. What matters is that they politely ask to stay there until it stops, and aw, just so sweet. And that, and thanking the tree for protecting May when she was exploring. And there is so much to say for this movie because it doesn't do a lot of exciting things, but it definitely makes the most of what it has. The animation for this movie is a lot more simplistic than other Ghibli films. That isn't to say it looks bad, it looks beautiful. The designs of all the creatures are great, especially important since they can't really talk other than some growls from Totoro. They don't say much at all. So it's really important to show how they're feeling, and they managed to do that with the characters that are all so well drawn, and even the characters that can't talk, just facial expressions of them half the time, particularly May, want to make you give them hugs, and or the little spirits. Everything looks adorable in this movie, which is important for a kid's movie to look cute. And there's a lot of nice scenes of the trees, the forests, the farms, all in nature, and it makes you really feel like you're there. And it's simple like farm life, but beautiful at the same time, which is so nice. This movie is just so beautiful to look at. As of course it is, it's Ghibli. Now on to the characters. Satsuki is a great older sister to Mei. She does her best to be there for her, be a little protective, but at the same time, she does have her limits. There are times when Mei's childish outlook can really bring her down, and she can become impatient. So it's a very believable older sister, younger sister relationship. And for the Disney dub version, the one that I watched for this review with my friend Duita, they were actually played by the Fanning sisters, Dakota and Ellie, however you say her name. But that really got a real nice feel of sisters going for them, as well as May. And she's just one of the three cutest Ghibli kids in my book. And that's saying something because they're all so cute, and she doesn't have to be the most well-written character because this isn't about writing or character development. It's about cuteness and feeling great, and that movie really does it with May, and you just want to play with her. You can probably see yourself either being her best friend, older sibling, or parent, or uncle or aunt if you prefer, depending on your age and whether you want kids. But bottom line, when you're done watching this movie, you'd wish May was part of your family because she and Satsuki are that adorable. And when we see May be upset about the possibility of losing her mother and not having her home, even though she doesn't fully grasp the situation, she just wants her mom right now. Oh my gosh. It's enough to get you teary-eyed. But that makes the movie so much stronger because it's all about the emotional connections of the joy and that one bit of sadness, that because of all the light that we've seen at this point, that makes it all the more poignant. Not saying it gets into level of a certain Ghibli movie that it premiered with that I dare not mention. Hint, hint, my first review. Now, on to their parents. These are just great parents. I wish we saw more of the mother, but from what we do see, she's a great mom and always takes an interest in her kids even when she's sick. And now on to Tetsuo, the father. Ghibli fathers are either unpresent, awful in the case of the Isao Takahata's films, or have a small role, or don't even become fathers until the end, which is like in Kiki's Delivery Service. But here we have, my opinion, the best father in any Ghibli movie, Tatsuo. He's great. He has a lot going on at the time of his wife being sick, him having to get a job, him having to work for his kids to bring home enough money for food. I mean, we don't see it. It's not like a major point of him needing work or something, but the point was in since we see him coming home. So what I'm saying is, he's managing to balance work, being a good father, and a sick wife, trying to deal with all that. And another great thing is, he doesn't go into the stereotypical, oh no, my children have an imagination type of character that I really hate. In fact, he actually encourages the girls to have their imaginations, telling them that they might see their spirits again when they want to be seen, encouraging them when they're startled to laugh, so whatever startles them will go away. He's just a great dad. And there's Granny, who is a kindly old lady and a surrogate grandmother to them. And then there's Kanta, a boy who teases Satsuki a little, but also is a little shy around her, showing he has a little crush, which is so cute. The characters aren't complex or profound, but at the same time, they are charming and cute enough, just like the rest of this movie. My Neighbor Totoro isn't anything that's groundbreaking or exciting, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be. It's trying to be a nice, appropriate for all ages kids movie, and it succeeds in that fully. Now, other than some bad fears of most children have of what might happen to their parents, this movie is completely appropriate, and even those little bits are real life problems, so it's not as bad as something where characters are constantly in peril. And it's something that I'd rather young kids even learn about sickness, and it all has a happy end, so there's no real risk. So, this movie is one of the very few that's appropriate for all ages without being really obnoxious or talking down to the audience or insufferable to adults. So, this movie is going to really show the joys of childhood. Unlike many Disney movies where characters always seem older than they are, in this one we get to see our kids being kids, basically, and that makes for a great movie. Seeing how adorable kids just react to the world around them. My Neighbor Totoro is another great movie from Studio Ghibli, and fun for the whole family. So, today's question, yeah, I'm bringing these back. What animated films do you think are the best for the whole family that don't rely on a lot of peril, for example, like this one? So, yeah, not like Disney movies where there's the clear villain and climax, something light that no sensitive kids would really be too upset at. So, tell me about that in the comments, as well as suggesting animated films you want me to review. And until then, see you later. And remember, keep laughing. It'll take whatever scares you away.